Today we're talking about a Star Wars series about a bunch of people being hunted by Inquisitors, Imperials, and crime lords. No, not Star Wars Rebels. We're talking about a show where local law enforcement is pushed out by the Empire. No, not Andor. We're talking about a show where Jedi in hiding try to escape the clutches of the Empire. No, not Jedi Fallen Order. That's not even a show. We're talking about a show where a young Force user is slowly seduced by the dark side. No, not The Acolyte. It's an animated show set just after the Clone Wars, following characters from the Clone Wars as they try and make something for themselves after the rise of the Empire. No, not The Bad Batch. It's Maul Shadow Lord. And can you guess my thoughts on it? From the very first episode and pretty much until the end, this show has had its moments, but ultimately, I've struggled. I've struggled because none of it is really anything I haven't seen before. And at a time when live action Star Wars shows seem to be on their way out and the animated series rarely venture out of the same time period, I question whether this is what we needed right now.
I completely agree. It's so weird because you see all the positive feedback online, which is great to see. We don't want to downplay, like, oh my God, people enjoying this?
How
Blasphemy.
dare
It's
they?
like those ideas about how can a show go different ways. And I do have the same feelings as you do, Tom, about is it necessary to explore a character that has been explored in Rebels and Clone Wars? And there's a lot of things that have just been copy and pasted onto this.
This is the Out of Time Film Podcast, where your hosts Tom and John discuss everything from blockbuster films to TV and games like there's no tomorrow.
We're starting off very negative here, I feel. I think that shouldn't let us overshadow the great stuff in this show, because there is fantastic stuff in this show. The animation is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's amazing. Of course, it's taking that very tried and tested Clone Wars animation style and taking it to the next level. The textures are wonderful and all of that stuff. Great. Thumbs up. The action is phenomenal. There are some brilliant lightsaber duels, some great uses of geography with massive bridges and acid rivers, and there's brilliant chase scenes with gunships. I mean, the Republic gun... I mean, I guess now it's the Imperial gunship, but the LAAT, my favorite ship in all of Star Wars. I was a happy fan. A lot of people are calling this one of the best Star Wars shows, and it is good, but it's not exactly grabbed me in that
Yeah.
same way.
It's not memorable, I have to be honest. I don't know. It is good. I mean, there's some great stuff like the score. I think the score is a strong highlight for me because of how much it made a statement for Maul, because we were focusing on Maul. He is a character in this, but I just don't think we've seen something different about him. I mean, there were some pointers to see what he's been through. To me, it's just like, what's the character arc for him in this show? The show is centered around the idea of Maul trying to build upon his syndicate. He wants to go stronger against Sidious, against the Empire. He's a lot of issues with Sidious, which is interesting. It does have some great concepts inside, but it struggles to go further. It's like, oh, we've kind of seen this in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, Maul is a very, very difficult character because he's not going to change.
No.
We know where his story starts, we know where his story ends, and the whole time it's somebody who's so hell-bent on revenge that he'll never open himself up to anything new. And there's a lot of interesting stuff where he's presented with Jedi ideas of if we defend each other, we will win, but he's just so stuck in his ways that he will never even consider such a thing. And that, again, is nothing that I haven't seen before from Maul. But what we do get interesting in this season is that we kind of get to highlight the tragedy behind Maul. There's a scene where he's literally confronted with his past and he's getting these visions and he just kind of breaks down and we see Maul crying, and I think that's a really fascinating place to explore him. And it is a little bit more fleeting than I'd want it to be. Maul's not somebody who lets his mask slip. And so to see him...
My aura is gone. I must aura farm now.
Turn on the double-bladed lightsaber. I need the score to whisper some
I need the Duel of the Fates right now.
Yes, when he first shows up in episode 1, the Duel of the Fates beat drop is such a contentious point for me because on one hand, that's cool as hell, but on the other hand, Duel of the Fates isn't Maul's theme, guys. It's not Maul's theme.
It's literally the fight. That's an important moment in time to see if Qui-Gon survives or Obi-Wan survives. You know, that's an interesting catalyst to think about. However, it's just used to aura farm Maul. What's the point, guys?
They do it in Solo as well, and it's like, yeah, okay, I get the general
Oh yeah,
audience.
it's Solo. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's like
I
what it
sprinkle
means.
this, sprinkle that. Yeah, let's put the dual fates anywhere. Even
Yeah,
in that
fuck
one
it.
episode 9 trailer. That episode 9 trailer.
Yes, of course. The idea behind it truly, Duel of the Fates shows up not just in Phantom Menace, but in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. And it's a fight for fate. It's a fight for the soul. Every time we hear it is a crucial point at which Anakin's soul is on the line. Will it be Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon, as you say? Or in Attack of the Clones, will Anakin save his mum or not? Or in Revenge of the Sith, will Obi-Wan or Vader or Sidious or Yoda come out victorious? This is all about the fate of the galaxy and the fate of Anakin's soul. I don't mind it being used elsewhere. I think that it makes most sense to use it in the context of Vader. So, like, if you used it in the Kenobi show, that's a perfect example.
Yes.
And I think that, yeah, if they used it in episode 9, like that trailer suggested, you can also draw a parallel of Skywalker's. Here, there is that idea of, okay, so Devon's fate is on the line. Which way is she going to go? But it's used more just for, yeah, the aura of it all. And I'm spending way too much time on this one moment. It means a lot to me. I was so annoyed. It doesn't matter. Like, there are so many more important things to think about, but I digress. Let's talk about the Inquisitors then.
Yes, the Inquisitors. They were absolutely menacing this time around. Because I was thought, yeah, what's Vader got cooking around, with the Inquisitors? Are they going to be stronger this time? Are they going to do something? In episode 9, especially when they ambush the whole group in the underground cavern and they just come out, lightsabers blazing and just being like ninjas. And I love that. That was great to see animation flair. It was totally different to see that fluidity in that movement as well.
I think it's so great because Marek in Ahsoka is nothing. He's really nothing. He's,
No.
fine. And the Crow in Tales of the Jedi is a
Yes.
bit laughable. So taking two really, really bland Inquisitors and making them menacing and making them threatening and giving them agency in the action scenes, that's great. I think they nailed their Inquisitor problem that we've had for so many years now, and they finally gave us something more, and I'm very grateful.
Yes. The design as well is really cool for the Inquisitors, especially Marek. That gave me Dark Souls boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. That whole armor, that's pretty cool. And then the Crow, he's cool. But I thought, is he going to do something stupid again? Oh, you silly Crow.
You're going to deflate again like a little balloon. I think it's funny that Maul is facing off against two Inquisitors that Ahsoka deals with so easily, and both of them turn into, like, gas. I mean, if I had a nickel for every time that happened. That's not my best Doofenshmirtz. I do apologize. I could do better. Just gotta give me a chance. They now have a good bunch of the Inquisitors in the Clone Wars style through Tales of and through this show. And so I think, yeah, in future seasons, I don't hate the idea of seeing more of these guys, depending on who, I guess. I mean, like, it's in contention who we could see, maybe more from the Fourth Sister or the one from Tales of the Underworld, who I don't think has a name, but they are a good presence, and I like that.
Yeah, I think there's something interesting about the Inquisitors with Vader just appointing who can go up against Maul, can do whatever, and he's like,
yeah, wait, hold on.
Me.
So we got the opportunity to see more Inquisitors, and of course Inquisitors are fallen Jedi. So we could see some interesting Jedi, and I feel like maybe there's one Jedi who maybe we could see face more, and that would be a really interesting.
Oh no! I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say, you bastard. I know what you're gonna say.
I'm a Gundyson Inquisitor now.
Oh my god! I swear a
back.
mile
Welcome
away.
back,
I swear a
everyone.
mile away. I'm a Gundai Inquisitor. I love to see that edit. Someone just put I'm
please.
a Gundai Inquisitor outfit. But yeah, I'd love to see more Inquisitors.
We also have our Jedi of the show. We've got Devon, Asara, and we've also got Jedi Master Iko Diodaki. We can add this name to the Hall of Fame. Fantastic
cool
name. They were fine to follow. It's just the same Jedi struggle that I've seen before.
Devon being hunted. It's like, we've seen this with Ahsoka doubting the Jedi. What's the point?
It's stuff we've seen before. It's done well. I think all this stuff is done well. It's just not necessarily making me go like, oh, yeah. We also have Brandon Lawson, who is a cop. There's a lot of heat in this show. Like, we're evoking Heat, the movie, not like the concept of heat. There's a lot of heat. It's steamy between Maul and Branda. They're just kind of.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's actually it's romance.
Yeah, the
That would
romance.
have been great. Oh my God. That would
That
have
would be
been
cool.
great.
It mirrors a lot back to Heat, like rivalry. We're kind of helping out each other, but we're going on totally different paths. There is a bit of sense of Maul does want to help, but then he's like, trust. Yeah, what is trust anymore, guys? What is
Yeah.
that? Richard Arwadi's in this. He's in this as well as
Yes.
two
Uh,
shoes,
two boots.
two
Does he
boots.
change his boots when it's a special occasion? Two
Uh,
stilettos? Yeah, I don't yeah, two boots,
I
whatever.
couldn't
I
stop
don't.
imagining he's gonna say, "Have you turned it off and on?" Like from the
Yeah,
IT crowd.
yeah. He's doing the Richard Ayoade character. And I've seen that so often. I appreciate that people in America, yeah, you may not have seen that as often, but I've seen that so many times. And I don't really care about two boots. I'm just, oh man,
No.
I just like this whole show is just stuff I didn't really care about. When this series was announced, if you'd have told me that we were getting a show that would continue the story that Solo set up with Maul and with Kira, I would have been like, boom, okay, we're in. I'm invested because, yeah, I do want to know how Maul gets from there to where he is in Rebels. But we're not doing that. We're starting much further back. That's fine. I understand that this series will get there. It will get to where I'm really interested. But for now, we have this show that is doing what we've just seen in the Bad Batch and the Acolyte and Andor. You know, at the risk of repeating myself, I just felt every week like I was seeing stuff done before. I just realized Maul Shadow Lord is the first Star Wars project under Dave Filoni
Really?
as
Wow.
co-CEO. That's obviously very interesting. The show has received so much praise. I'm sure many people think that's a good sign of what's to come from him. But when you look at the slate for this year, Maul Shadow Lord, Mandalorian Grogu, Ahsoka Season 2, to me is a little bit worrying because it's all just stuff that we've seen before. There's no way that Mandalorian is going to reinvent the wheel. It's going to be more Mandalorian. Ahsoka Season
More
2
Mandalorian. Yeah.
is just going to be more Ahsoka with a little bit of Heir to the Empire kind of Mortis, Clone Wars stuff all sprinkled in. I do kind of wonder, what is Star Wars under Dave Filoni going to look like? What is going to be new that's coming out? We do know that we've got more seasons of this coming. We're going
Yeah.
to move towards Solo. I would assume we're going to go beyond Solo and we're going to tell that story. I wonder how long this will last. I mean, 10 episodes a season means that it could go longer than Bad Batch in terms of season wise and still hit the same number of episodes. I really hope they do a time jump. I don't think we need to see more of Devon slowly turning to the dark side. I think that we
Mm.
need to jump ahead a little bit because we know where this is going. To get to Solo, you've got a whole 4 year stretch-ish, I
Yeah.
think. No, that's not even true. I think there's 9 years. I think there's 9 years to get to. And even saying that, I just think to myself, whatever happens in the future seasons, I'm just desperate to move away from this time period. I
Mm.
do want that Clone Rebellion show someday, and there's a lot of threads from the Bad Batch and all that, but we need to just take a break from the Reign of the Empire. When this show was announced, I was in the crowd. I was there,
He
Gandalf.
was there.
I was there 2,500 years ago, and I saw the courage of men fail. I genuinely was just sat in that crowd, and everyone was screaming around me, and I was like, all right, cool. More show, I
Hey,
guess.
that's cool,
And
buddy.
I wanted to see a new art style, a new time period. Let's go before Attack of the Clones. Let's go after Return of the Jedi. Let's go after Rise of Skywalker. Let's just do something different. And maybe I'm just bitter. Maybe that's what this whole disdain for this show is. But I don't know, man. I'm
There's a lot of
confused.
build up between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens because we've got Mandalorian Grogu coming
Yeah.
up. There's a lot of lore building up between episodes and then it becomes a bit more alive. But then when it comes to shows like Maul, in my opinion, I wish we could see something different. Maybe the art style or maybe with the lore or something. I want to see something beyond the prequels.
I think that the stuff in the show that we don't get is maybe some of the stuff I would have liked to see more. When the show was announced to be 10 episodes, I was so disappointed because guys, we gotta get over this. I miss quote unquote filler. Filler doesn't exist. It's just getting to know the characters. One-off adventures are important. Don't tell me that it's useless because I thought so much of the show needed fleshing out, and that's, 16 episodes like Bad Batch had. I think it would have been perfect. There are characters who are one note or just there to be a shock death. We needed way more time with Scorn and Icarus, who barely do anything. The only reason I know their names is because I'm a fan, but those are the two other Night Brothers. We're supposed to care about them at crucial moments, but I don't because we don't get any time with them. Or Chief Kleiss, she leads the police force. What was that like under her leadership?
And then spoilers, she just dies. It was like, what?
Yeah, I didn't care about her. Rook, I want to see more of her than just the moments where she says, Maul, why are we doing this? Why are you so obsessed with this girl? That's all she does for 10 episodes. She's just like, I'm loyal to this guy, but maybe his goals don't actually align with mine. We don't get to explore that. And then again, we're in spoilers now. So, I mean, she just dies. Shock death.
Yeah.
And it really is just like these characters, I want to go into them. So yeah, give us some filler. Give us an episode where Scorn and Icarus have to
train with, learn about Maul as a character, because I think that's so interesting, because it obviously shows that Maul has a closer connection with those guys, but we don't get any idea, who they are. It just reminds me that, that one episode where Ventress finds Savage, like that whole episode that we get to see training and that arc to like, they're not allowed to become themselves, they've become someone else. That's something that is a cool aspect to see, with Maul. That's that persona thing. The galaxy's changing, does he change? But he doesn't really.
What is Maul with his kind of cultural brethren? That is so interesting. There's a scene where either Scorn or Icarus is fixing Maul's legs. The other one stood there.
The other one stood there menacingly, just like standing there.
It's like a mum opens the child's door and they're all smoking in there, like, get out, mom. They literally just stood there. Again, I think aura is such a great way to describe it because they just stood there to look cool. Isn't that a great time for the other Night Brothers to kind of say, hey, are you all right? How do they react to Maul's vulnerability? We see in this show that Maul, he's not unbreakable. He is the title character. We have an opportunity to see so much more of Maul, and it's still just him being like, I believe that we must make a plan for me to kill this Pike. And it's like, guys, we know that you're going to rebuild your criminal empire. This show has so much coolness about it. It's like, oh yeah, Vader at the end. That's so cool. The lightsaber duels. That's so cool. Oh, they took two lame Inquisitors and they made them cool. And it's like, yeah, okay, I love all that. I'm there for it. But I don't really care about just cool stuff. You're not doing anything for me. You're not challenging me. You're not telling me anything more than I wanted to know. And I don't know whether Star Wars animation is gonna be surviving. I don't know what the franchise is gonna look like in the coming years. Is this how we want to be spending our time? I don't know, but I spent the whole time knowing that Vader was coming.
Yeah, we got Vader.
Yeah.
I have to say, it was cool the way that he entered with aura. He had to aura farm again.
Everyone's doing it. You know what? I was dreading having to hear the awful AI re-speecher of James Earl Jones, and I'm so happy that he didn't actually speak because there's more menace to it. And also, if Star Wars is now going to insist on using that slop, I would prefer it if he didn't speak.
What if we heard Vader's thoughts fighting Maul? He's like, bloody hell, it's Maul. Is that guy again?
I've heard of this guy. This motherfucker tried to run me over when I was 12.
He tried to sabotage everything.
Do you think his inner monologue is James Earl Jones or Hayden Christensen?
Oh, I don't know. That would be interesting. Maybe a bit of both.
I think it's so much funnier if it's Hayden Christensen. Just like, the idea of him being like, oh man.
Yeah, I don't know why they have to do this. They have to bring someone big for the finale. In a show like this, it does feel low stakes. And then Vader just comes out of nowhere and he's like, goodbye to Rook, was it? Yeah, to Rook. Goodbye to Rook. She's gone.
At least they can't make it canon, the whole fan theory that she's actually the armorer from the Mandalorian.
Yes, I saw that too. I was like, guys, why are you seeing that?
Shut it down, guys.
Dead. She's dead, guys.
I think it's interesting because now you're kind of locked in a place where Vader is going to be hunting Maul in times to come, and we see where that kind of goes in Rebels.
What if Vader just has a bucket list to do everything, after like the whole thing? Like, okay, we got Maul. Yeah, we got Maul.
Yeah, okay.
Kenobi. Yeah, Kenobi. I gotta do something with Kenobi.
Gotta try and bring Padme back to life. Gotta try and overthrow the Emperor. That's a big one on the list, on the old list.
Did that actually happen? He tried to bring Padme back to life?
In the comics, yeah. Damn. It's amazing. I've got them. I'll let you borrow
them.
They're
so sad. Wow,
they're phenomenal. So sad. Yeah. So I think at the end of the day...
Well, that was a dark turn.
Because he's the Dark Lord. And Maul is the Shadow Lord.
He's the Shadow Lord.
The action was great. I love how he moves, the whole thing, the whole time. Star Wars rarely ever puts a foot wrong with Vader, and the idea that Maul is genuinely frightened of this guy, and we then have his killing of Docky with the assistance of Maul to be a thing that kind of pushes Devon. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, again, I knew that was going to happen from episode 1. I knew that Docky was going to die. I knew that Vader was going to show up, blah, blah, blah. It was still enjoying to watch. Ultimately, I think patience is key, because for years I've wanted to see that Maul story after Solo, and this show is our way to see that story. And even if season 1 did feel quite derivative, this is the foundation to get that stuff, and I'll take it. We can't have all animated first seasons be as strong as Bad Batch season 1 was. Look at Clone Wars season 1. There's rough stuff there. Or Rebel season 1, not bad, but easily the weakest of the show. Even Bad Batch season 1, which is the strongest premiere of any Star Wars animated series in my opinion, is my least favorite of the show. So maybe I'll look back at this and it'll be a footnote in a brilliant series. And it underwhelmed me, but it's not about me. I'm a lucky guy. I got so much Star Wars stories that I've loved recently, and let me tell you, not everyone has that story, honey. So yeah, I mean, this one wasn't for me, and I can take the hit. I hope other people continue to love it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll understand one day.
I thought it was good. Yeah. What are you going to give it out of 10?
I think 6.
Yeah, same. 6 for me. It
was
something.
It really was. Thank you everybody for listening on YouTube, and you liked it. You can like and subscribe. If you want to see more and listening on Spotify or Apple, you can follow and give us a 5-star review if you think we're worthy. We're running out of time. Next week is Daredevil Born Again Season 2. More underwhelming TV.
Oh my God, no!
We're trapped in Disney Plus hell.
We're trapped in a cycle right now, guys. Yeah, so you can follow us on Instagram at Out of Time Film Party, our incredible thumbnails from Zain, on Twitter for more thoughts from Tom and me, and TikTok to see edited clips, which are all also on Instagram, Reels, and YouTube Shorts. And you can find links to that all in the description below. Thanks to Elle for the excellent theme, and Ronan for logos as always. And I think that's everything. Take away given.
Give nothing back.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.